If you live in the US, the UK, or Canada, and you're not doing this one thing with your money, you will retire broke. I'm not exaggerating. Right now, a huge chunk of people in America, Britain, and Canada are living paycheck to paycheck. Not because they don't earn enough. Not because they're bad at their jobs. But because of one silent mistake almost everyone makes with money. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly what that mistake is. The one decision that separates people who build real wealth from people who stay broke their entire lives. Stay till the end, because the third thing I'm about to show you is the one nobody talks about, and it changes everything. Welcome back. If you're new here, this channel is all about money, the stock market, investing, and how regular people in the US, UK, and Canada actually become wealthy, without some magic trick, without luck. Just understanding how money really works. Let's get into it. Here's the uncomfortable truth. In the US, the UK, and Canada, we are taught how to earn money in school. Nobody teaches us how to keep it, or grow it. You get a job. You get a paycheck. Some goes to rent or mortgage, some to bills, some to food, and whatever's left, if anything is left, sits in a checking account earning almost nothing. Meanwhile, inflation is quietly eating that money alive. The dollar, the pound, the Canadian dollar, they all lose value every single year. So the cash sitting in your bank account isn't safe. It's actually shrinking in real value while you sleep. This is the trap. Work, spend, survive, repeat. And most people never escape it, not because they're lazy, but because nobody ever showed them the way out. So what's the way out? It comes down to one word that sounds boring, but is actually the closest thing to magic in the entire world of finance. That word is compounding. Here's a simple example. Let's say you invest just $1 a day. That's it, $1, into the stock market, specifically into something like an index fund that tracks the overall market. Historically, the stock market has returned around 7 to 10% per year on average over the long run. At that rate, $1 a day, every single day, for 30 years, turns into roughly $65,000 to $70,000. Now here's where it gets crazy. Take that same idea, but invest $10 a day instead of $1. Same 30 years, same average return. That turns into somewhere around $650,000 to $700,000. Read that again. $10 a day. The price of a coffee and a sandwich. Over 30 years, that can turn into more money than most people will ever see in their entire working life. This is why billionaires and investors keep saying the same thing, over and over. The rich don't get rich from a big salary. They get rich from time in the market. The tragedy is, most people in the US, the UK, and Canada find out about compounding in their 40s or 50s, when most of that 30-year runway is already gone. I'm telling you now, today, while you can still use it. So if it's this simple, why doesn't everyone do it? 3 reasons. First, fear. The stock market sounds risky, complicated, something for rich people, or experts. So people avoid it completely and keep their money in a savings account earning almost nothing, while inflation quietly destroys it. Second, lifestyle creep. The moment people get a raise or a bonus, they upgrade their car, their apartment, their lifestyle, instead of investing the difference. So their spending grows exactly as fast as their income, and they never get ahead. Third, instant gratification. Investing is boring. You put money in, and for years, it looks like almost nothing is happening. But that's exactly the trap, because compounding is slow at first, and then suddenly, explosive. Most people quit right before the explosive part happens. This is true whether you're in New York, in London, or in Toronto. The currency is different. The trap is identical. So what do wealthy people in the US, UK, and Canada actually do differently? It's not what you think. It's not about earning a massive salary. First, they pay themselves first. Before rent, before bills, before anything else. A percentage of every paycheck goes straight into investments. Not, whatever's left over, first, automatically, before they can spend it. Second, they think in assets, not income. A high salary that all gets spent makes you look rich. Owning assets, stocks, index funds, real estate, businesses, actually makes you rich. Assets work for you even while you sleep, while you're on vacation, while you're doing literally nothing. Third, they understand that the stock market is not gambling. Picking random individual stocks based on a tip from social media, that's gambling. Investing consistently in broad, diversified index funds over decades, that is one of the most statistically proven ways to build wealth that has ever existed. This is the actual difference between staying broke and building wealth. It's not luck. It's not some secret only the 1% knows. It's a handful of decisions repeated consistently for years. Now here's the part one promised you, the one nobody talks about. Wealth isn't built by the amount of money you make. It's built by the gap between what you earn and what you spend, multiplied by time in the market. You could earn $200,000 a year and stay broke forever if you spend $200,000 a year. And you could earn a completely average income and become a millionaire over time, simply by consistently investing the gap. This is why some teachers, postal workers, and average employees across the US, the UK, and Canada have quietly retired as millionaires. While some people earning six figures are drowning in debt. It was never about the income. It was about the gap, and what they did with it. So here's what this actually means for you, starting today. You don't need thousands of dollars to start. You don't need to be an expert. You need three things. Open an investment account, automate a small, consistent amount going in every single week or month, and then leave it alone and let time do the work. The biggest risk isn't investing. The biggest risk is waiting another 5 or 10 years to start, because in this game, time matters more than the amount of money you start with. If this video opened your eyes even a little, then don't ignore it. Because the difference between people who stay broke and people who build real wealth isn't intelligence. It's action. Most people will watch this, understand it, and still do nothing. And that's exactly why they stay stuck. So if you're serious about changing your financial future, start today. Even if it's small, because years from now, you won't regret starting small. You'll regret starting late. And if you want to learn how to actually invest step by step, hit subscribe. Because the next video might be the one that changes everything.